Guys, what is going on? It's been a little while here, and I want to talk to you about something that happened here in the recent news, and that is the subway, we call it a killing, in New York City. Now, there's a few different things to this story that just shows you how one-sided a lot of things are in this country. I'm going to go over that with you. First of all, this man, who is a black man, had a YouTube channel, and his videos were probably the most racist videos I had ever seen. I'd never seen his videos before this. I've just seen them after. Now, that's fine if he wants to be racist. I couldn't care less. That's his choice. He can do what he wants. He has his own free will. And this is a free country. If he wants to do that, that's up to him. But there's a reason I'm telling you this, and I'm going to explain why here. So I'm going to give you some examples here. He hated whites and he hated Asians. He made stuff and talked about killing Whitey, quote, killing Whitey, and said that whites and blacks should not mix in marriage. Another thing also is Biden just appointed a far-left black female to the Supreme Court of the United States. He was very happy about this until one thing. One of his viewers sent him information that told him that the new black female in the Supreme Court is married to a man that's about as white as me. This guy was literally crying. Look it up online. You can see it. This full-grown, overweight, hippopotamus-looking dude was crying crocodile tears. I can't believe it. And he was saying her name with a name like that, and she's black, and she married Whitey. She married Whitey. He was crying, dude. He was literally crying on video. So here's my point. Like I said, I don't care what his beliefs are. He can believe whatever he wants. He can hate me, hate Whitey. I don't care. As far as, I'm not going to speak for the Asian people in that, but as far as me, I couldn't care less. But YouTube never censored or banned this guy off of their site. Ever. What's that tell you? YouTube never one time banned or censored this guy or took his videos down. What does that tell you? Blatant. There's stuff that's even worse than that. You'll have to look it up and look into it. Titles with stuff about Whitey or Asians and stuff. And they never took the videos down or banned him. Think about that. Isn't that amazing? Second part to the story is that you need to know about is that when this shooting happened, now there's even a broader thing I'm going to get into here with gun control, but just bear with me. The second thing is New York claimed that all the cameras were down simultaneously at the same time. They wouldn't give a description of them, and they wouldn't show a picture of them. And you want to know why? I'm just going to be honest and just be blunt. It's because he was black. They would not show a picture of this guy. And the head of the investigation unit there, which was also a black man, said, yeah, we didn't want to show the picture because we had to make sure everything was right and it wasn't the wrong picture. Said they had no camera footage. Cameras all over these subways, all over New York City, and they said simultaneously all the cameras were down. They were purposely not showing his picture because they didn't want to put it out there. Had this been a white guy, flip the tables. Had this been a white guy with rhetoric toward blacks and Jewish people or blacks and Asians, the media would still be running this 24/7. They would be running it on top of a channel, on top of their own channel. They'd have two guys running it at the same time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they would have been nonstop. And they would have been nonstop with it. It's just sweep it under the rug and don't say too much. That's just, I want to just tell you about the double standard in this country. Number 3, and most importantly, New York has a lot to blame. New York has a lot of blood on their hands. You know why? New York, one of the most crime-ridden cities that there is, filthy rats in the streets and everything. And they won't allow law-abiding citizens to carry a firearm because of politics. So what New York City did was they empowered this man to do whatever he needed to do. There's one quickest and surest way to stop an active shooter or an emergency situation that happens, and that is by somebody there on site being armed, a good guy with a gun. That's bottom line. A good guy being armed is what will stop that. Now, New York City made sure that all the people that obey the law and don't want to get in trouble and go to jail, New York City made sure that they weren't armed, not even pepper spray. So this guy could roll in there and be empowered to do whatever he needed for as long as he needed. Think about this. Think about it. Think about it. Law-abiding people that was on that subway that were helpless. Like fish in a barrel. You ever heard that term, shooting fish in a barrel? And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a rented Home Depot truck, like the guy that went on the sidewalk and killed the people. It could be knives, or it could be guns. It doesn't matter the weaponry. An armed citizen on scene is the fastest and most efficient way to help deter the situation at hand, rather than calling the cops and everybody showing up after the fact, or showing up when there's already been a lot of damage done. Somebody there on scene that's armed and law-abiding could thwart the efforts of what someone is doing. New York City has no interest in actually protecting the people. And what I mean by that is their politicians, their high-up guys, have no interest in helping or saving people. Otherwise, they would let law-abiding people be armed. How it is in New York is if you're connected politically, or you got more money than you know what to do with, you'll get a permit in the areas of New York where you can get one. But other than that, you're just a regular guy, a law-abiding citizen. They just go right over that Second Amendment. They just blow that Second Amendment right off and don't even adhere to it at all, which is criminal in of itself. And they tell you that you're going to have no way to defend yourself. Somebody comes on a subway with a gun, what are they going to tell you to do? Just put your head between your legs? Act like you're dead? That's what they want to do. That's not a free society. Come on. That's not the way it's supposed to be. I mean, how does it get any plainer than the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed? How much more plain could it be made? I say that it can't. New York City is criminal in how it refuses to abide by the Constitution of this country. And one of the places where law-abiding citizens need a gun the most, you know what I hope? My hope is that big businesses start leaving New York City, which some already have, and they start to leave that place penniless. Some of the highest tax rates there is, some of the highest crime there is, just you name it, it's got it. So if big businesses would start pulling out of there and going to other places with lower tax rates and different things like that, that would be nice. That would be really good to let that town know that we're not going to put our money here if this is the way you're going to do things. The people of this country are fed up with the double standard that I told you about in the beginning of this video. The sweeping things under the rug and hiding things on one certain side, but yet trying to lie to push narratives on another side. The American people are fed up with it. And what people don't understand is we see through the lies. We see through the corruption. We see it all plain as day. So I guess in closing on this, guys, I'll say, I don't want to go to New York. I don't want to visit New York if you paid for my trip. I don't want nothing to do with New York City. And that's just the way I feel. You can't defend yourself. You can't defend your life, your family, You can't defend yourself in your car. Even if you shot somebody in your home in New York City, I bet you would still get arrested. I bet you would. If you was in your own home in New York City and you shot somebody that broke in, I bet you're getting arrested until they try to figure things out, and the district attorney will probably find some kind of charges to hit you with. It's just insane to me that they don't get it, that the people that obey the law are stripped of firearms, and the criminals and the evil people can do whatever they want, and you're a sitting duck. While all these high-end politicians have armed guards, and some with fully automatic weapons that are guarding them. All right, guys, until next time, this is DOF, and I'm out.